Hey there, there's a question that we get from time to time that I want to address today. And that question is, do I have to sell my land through a realtor? Or can I sell it to an individual or entity, like a real estate investor, such as TB Properties Buys Land? Hi, I'm Beth. I'm an acquisition manager for TB Properties Buys Land. I'm hoping to answer some of those questions today. So, what is a real estate investor exactly? So, maybe you've heard of for sale by owner. When you're a realtor, or if you're going to sell somebody else's land, you do have to be a realtor. But if you buy the land yourself, you can do whatever you want. You can resell it, you can fix it up. So that's exactly what a real estate investor will do. Here at TB Properties Buys Land, we buy vacant land. Generally, it's 10 plus acres. And what we try to do is we try to lightly improve that. We try to fix it up. Maybe it's cleaning up the property. Maybe there's a risk for a fire because of the brush or the trees that need to be trimmed. Maybe the road needs to be improved. Maybe fencing, that sort of thing. Or maybe it's a large tract of land and we're just simply dividing it maybe into two smaller pieces, like maybe 10 acres or so that they're more affordable for the everyday family. But that's what we try to do. So a real estate investor will buy land, they can flip it and resell it. They can clean it up or lightly develop it like we do. They may subdivide it down, but that's what a real estate investor does. Now, when it comes to realtors, do you have to work with a realtor? No, you don't. You can sell your land to an investor yourself. You can work with a realtor. I've worked with many realtors over the years. Some of them are great. Some of them are horrible. But when it comes to land, most realtors don't want to have to go out into the rural countryside to sell a property or show a property. You really need a different type of realtor who specifically deals with land. Now, they charge for it because land doesn't cost as much as, say, a home. The commission is going to be much higher. You tend to see 10% commission, plus it could be any extra marketing charges that they may use. They may need to hire a drone because of your property size, or they may need to get specialized photography out there because of some of the features on your property, or just getting to it because of the brush, or maybe it's overgrown. Okay, they may suggest some cleanup, so that would cost some money as well. But when it comes to working with a realtor, you have to find the right one. And you also have to understand, going on the MLS doesn't mean your property is going to sell right away. And it doesn't mean it's going to sell for what it's listed for. So when it comes to working with a realtor, plan on 10% of the sale price going to commissions. Also plan on closing costs. You as the seller are generally expected to pay for the title insurance, okay? And that can be a percentage of the sales price as well. You also have your escrow fees that go to the title company. So whatever it is that your property finally ends up selling for could be substantially lower than what you thought you were going to bring in, because maybe you had to lower the price because it's been on the market for 6 months, 9 months, a year, and then of course the closing costs that go with it. Now, when it comes to selling the property and doing the paperwork, a realtor is typically going to work with a title company. Here at TB Properties Buys Land, we do the same. We always close through title for safety and security on both sides of the transaction. You can count on the title company to do the legal paperwork. They pull the title reports. They pull what's called a title commitment. They're the ones who are going to put the deed together. They'll send that out. They're going to have you as the seller will be expected to either show up in person, or they'll send that to you and you'll do it in person at a notary where you get the deed notarized. But the title company is that safe intermediary. And they're the ones who, once they receive our payment for the property, they're going to fund you as the seller. They're also going to give us the deed to the property once both sides have closed. Okay, so we do that for security purposes. And the realtor does the same thing. Okay, and just like with the realtor, and here at TB Properties Buys Land, if you have a specific title company that you want to use, we're pretty amenable to working with somebody that you prefer. So that's fine too. But when it comes to selling your land, your property, you have a choice. You can sell through a realtor, but you don't have to. You can work with investment company like TB Properties Buys Land. Here at TB Properties Buys Land, we pay in cash so that you don't have to worry about us seeking out a lender and then getting approval, and then they need an appraiser, and then the survey and all these things. Also, we buy in cash so we can close faster, but we also close the title company, and we pay all the closing costs. So you don't have to worry about what's the percentage cost it's going to be for title insurance? What's my escrow fee going to be? What's the recording fees going to be? That's something that we take care of on our side when we close through title, okay? And the great thing also is you're not waiting on the market. Right now, the market's a little bit crazy. We're seeing housing go down. We're seeing land in some areas start to stabilize. You know, who knows what's going to happen next week, next month, 6 months from now if your property's still on the market. Here at TB Properties Buys Land, we can close in 3 to 4 weeks generally, unless you have a kind of a title issue and that has to be worked through. We can close quickly, and you get it off your plate right away. So if you have any questions about closing on your rural vacant land, you've got 10 plus acres, maybe you've got land in multiple counties or multiple states. We buy land all over the country. We're willing to look at your property and offer you a price. And if it works, we'll send you paperwork, we'll go through title, we'll take care of everything. But on the top of that, you've got transparency to be in contact with the title company throughout the process and ask them questions. You can call us and ask us questions. We try to keep it, easy and transparent and honest. So if you have any questions, reach out to us. We're happy to work with you. Again, thanks again for listening. I'm Beth with TP Properties Buys Land.